Well, firstly, safe trip back, obviously, for those who actually went to Coventry today. The atmosphere, especially from the away end, looked class. From what I've seen, Nathan Mackham FC, shout out to his channel, but he's way bigger YouTuber than I am. Good mates, obviously, but it seemed a great atmosphere from his Instagram story. You know, today's game was a mixture of all aspects. I think that on the one hand, obviously, given that the way the game went, given that we had three players injured, pretty much, even though Gooch did manage to finish the game, we still had 3 injuries, 2 of which, obviously, Hume and, I've forgotten, Leuven's had to go off mid-match. You know, we did all right to come away from that game with something. Coventry away wasn't going to be an easy place to go, but on the other hand, I do feel that when you go 1-0 up in a game and you don't win, I always see it as points drop regardless of who we play. I think for me that the goal that we conceded was a lack of communication between Matthews and Flanagan, which I did think that, Matthews, I still think Matthews should be more than good enough to be a top 2 right back in League One, but I suppose that it doesn't help me case when he doesn't do the defensive side of the game as well. Today was a lapse of concentration, as you know, at the back. Having played at a football team myself, you need communication when you're with defenders. It's actually really, really irritating because Coventry were having a couple of chances here and there, but I wasn't really... Well, I suppose I was concerned to a degree because it's Sunderland, but, you get that. I was just thinking, come on, just see it out. And they obviously had a chance towards the end where Flanagan slipped and they were running through on goal one-on-one. McLaughlin makes the save. It was still bouncing and it looks like it was going to bob its way into the net. And then Baldwin manages to clear it last minute, so... In theory, could have been a lot worse. And obviously, having looked at the results from the 3 o'clock games, Peterborough drew, which at least was something. So thanks to Blackpool, who I wouldn't say I'm my second team anymore, but they are definitely a team that I do look out for results. For me, as I was watching Chelsea-Liverpool at the same time, I do sort of keep track of Blackpool's results, and obviously I was very happy that Peterborough dropped points. Bit annoyed at Rochdale, mind. Thanks, you took the lead and then didn't hold on to it against Portsmouth. But look, nevertheless, Tuesday's game against Peterborough now is a massive one. It's the biggest game of the season we've had so far, and Peterborough have played 5, won 5 away from home. They haven't, I don't know what that was. They've played 5, won 5 away from home so far this season, so hint, hint, Sunderland. If you'd like to try and stop and end that and beat them ideally, that would be great. Look, I want to have a message to those who are saying, oh look, it's 1 win in 5, we won't go in the top 2. I promise you we will be in the top 2 at least at the end of the season. I think, last time I checked, the league's won after 10 games, that everything's decided after 10 games. You've got to remember that we've got likes of Power, we've got Cattermole, we've got McGeady, we've got Honeyman, who I know he's had a few fair poor games, but I still think he's more than good enough to be a good League One player. Then you've got Gooch, you've got Watmore to come back, I've probably mentioned already. Madge is on form, you've got Flanagan, you've got Baldwin. There's tons of different players there who can really, and Chris Maguire as well, who can really sort of make a difference. I don't understand where this negativity comes from because you've got to look at the perspective. We're not going to... As much as I'm annoyed, obviously, and disappointed that we didn't win today, we weren't going to win every game. No matter who we are. Sunderland, we're not going to win every game. I'd love to, obviously, but, we're not going to. So I think just wait and see what happens. I think for Tuesday, it's a massive game. I think that will show our credentials. I do think we need to beat Peterborough now. I think Peterborough fans... Well, I don't know whether they would take a point coming up here, but... Let me know, Peterborough fans, what your hopes are for the game. Would you take a draw away at the Stadium of Light? But for me, it's like... We have to win, really. And I think for the next Bradford away after that, and then Blackpool, which could be postponed, which I'm hoping it's not, but, we'll have to wait and see. Look, I'll leave it there, guys. What are your thoughts on the game? Do you think it was a good result? Do you think it's a bad one? Do you think it's about meh? Do you think it's an okay result? I think it's an okay result. Could have been better, but could have been worse. So, for me, just on we go for the next game for Peterborough, but, there you go. So apologies for me rambling on, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.